everyone, it's Kristen and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having an awesome day and I hope you guys are ready for another chatty kind of voiceover, just because it has been a little bit of time since I have done like one of the super chatty about what has been going on here in real life, I guess you could say. But this apartment, you guys, I kind of picture Penny Pizzazz to maybe like move over to the fashion district, move in this apartment, and maybe like start attending one of the like universities or even the institute. Like this definitely is for like a single sim or a single sim that is actually like a student, and this for sure has like a tidy kind of look to it, but it has a little bit of like a luxurious kind of touch as well. So definitely picture maybe the rent that like for this apartment is pretty expensive, and the sim that lives here is possibly even a little bit of like a neat freak as well. So this does have an open concept layout just because this is like a smaller apartment. You guys know I love my open concepts, and this one has like the kitchen with the island. So there isn't actually a table, but you still are going to be able to like sit down and enjoy a meal and even like entertain, because we do have like an extra seating as well. Then we have the little like desk, the bedroom, and the living room all in one room. So you guys can see why I definitely picture this to be like kind of Penny Pizzazz's like kind of like living situation. Maybe she just wants to move into like the existing home that she has, but maybe like a little bit fancier and done up. So yeah, you guys will be able to download this home over on the gallery. Of course, just make sure to use my username KrystinMyrieXo, and you guys will be able to place this into your own game. I think there was only like 3 walls. There is like the bathroom door, the bedroom door, and then in the bathroom there is a closet as well, just because this does have like a bedroom that is out into the main area. So I still needed to make sure that we were gonna have like a place for our Sims to actually like get changed and work on like their wardrobe and stuff. So there is a closet in the bathroom, so don't you guys worry, I did not forget that. One thing that I definitely kind of struggled was kind of figuring out like how I wanted to place the living room, just because I wanted to make sure that like you were still going to be able to use like the seating at the island as well, just because this is such a narrow room. And yeah, so I was originally going to make this on an angle because, as you guys know, I never like putting things like perfectly in place, but just because this is kind of meant for a little bit more put together kind of a sim, I did not do that, and it definitely it kind of hurt. I don't like actually doing that, but I am going to be hopefully next week, you guys, starting to do like some winter and Christmas builds. I might even have one finished for this weekend as well. And I finally have my Christmas tree up, so I have been posting like pictures. I think I have been posting them over on I'm trying to like, I have like 2 Instagrams, one for like my other account as well, just because like usually I find simmers like could care less when it comes to Roblox. So if you guys do play Roblox, definitely make sure to check out the other account. But usually I always go with like real, or not real, I always go with like fake trees. My mother actually had like one of her like older fake trees. It was beautiful. It was like really expensive, definitely not a tree that I would ever buy, and it had like the fake snow on it. But I have been like using that tree every single year for like 10 years. This year I kind of missed doing real trees. When I kind of like moved into my own place, I always was like obsessed with getting real trees, just because I really love the smell like at Christmas time of a real tree, of like the pine or spruce. I don't know exactly what kind of tree that I ended up getting this year, but I kind of wanted to do something a little bit different. You guys should have seen me actually driving home. You should have seen me driving home with this tree. Like honestly, I literally almost peed my pants. Like I am not even exaggerating. So I ended up finding somebody that was like selling Christmas trees at their home. They kind of like grow their own, so they're not like clear cutting anything. They just kind of like grow their own, and you can go in, take from there, and they like replant their own like Christmas trees. And I really love buying from like places like that, you know, they just kind of like do their own little thing for a little extra money. So I ended up going in there, and I definitely was dedicated to finding the fattest Christmas tree that I could find, like the widest tree, just because I really love like a really wide Christmas tree. And you really can't find a fake tree that is not like overpriced when it comes to like a really wide one. So I ended up trying to find one, and you guys, I think I might have found like the mother tree. Like, it is so freaking big, and the poor guy, he was like older, so he was kind of struggling, and he ended up getting a little bit of help like getting it on top of the car. And as I started like driving home, I only had like 15 minutes to drive home, which doesn't really seem like a long time, but when you have a Christmas tree on top of your car that is starting to come untied, and you actually have like wind warnings for like wind and rain, 15 minutes is a freaking lifetime, because I actually had to drive like 20 kilometers an hour all the way home. It honestly, you guys, took me over like a half an hour to get home, and I had to like keep stopping on side of the road, and I had like my 4-way flashers on just because I had to go so slow, because every time the wind would like gust to my vehicle, it would like lift the tree and it would like completely loosen the ropes, and I was like so terrified that the tree was going to like come off and like go into traffic or something. Luckily, I live like on kind of just like a rural road, so there's not really that much traffic, especially like the time of day that I was driving. So I ended up going 20, and I just kind of like had to keep stopping on side of the road and like climbing on top of this side of my car, and like trying to do my best at like kind of like tying. And it was definitely a freaking struggle. My hand is like full of like gashes taking out, trying to like pull that freaking tree all the way in, and I ended up putting it into a tree stand all by myself, you guys, and I feel like a freaking boss. So I kind of was like, okay, I need to talk about this at some point, because I am so proud of myself for being able for the first time to actually like do a real tree completely by myself. When it comes to like fake trees, they're really not heavy, and they're kind of like hollow metal and just like the little twigs on them. So it's really always like super easy to put it together, and I kind of forgot like how heavy a real tree was. And I kind of usually always do like white lights, and my Christmas trees always like, I try to make them look like as perfect as I can. Sometimes I do like a candy tree. I have a lot of like I kind of started a collection of like, there's these ornaments, I don't know the brand of them, but you can find them on like eBay, from like eBay actual stores. And there's like cotton candy, gingerbread men, and suckers, and just like some really cute stuff. So that with the white tree, like it's a green tree, but it has like fake snow on it. I always used to do that one, and then I would rotate it with using, they're like made, they kind of look like cookies, but they're candy canes, and they have like fake sugar, like square sugar sprinkled on it, and then also like gingerbread men. So this year I just kind of like wanted to do something different, because things in like real life are definitely changing for me. So I kind of like have one of those years going on where I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna like do something completely different that I haven't done in a really long time. And I actually went to the store during Black Friday, and I was able to get some outside lights that are like giant, but they're like the LEDs, so they don't actually get hot, so they're like for indoor and outdoor, it says. So my tree is like super big, super huge, and it has these like giant freaking like Christmas lights on them. But yeah, so that was kind of like my chatty voiceover, and it's definitely been motivating me to start doing like some Christmas builds as well. So you guys will definitely see me start to do some of those, like some apartments and of course some homes based around winter and Christmas time here in Sims 4. So of course, make sure to give today's video a very big thumbs up. Let me know if you guys prefer if I just chat about the build, or if you guys like hearing about all of like the real life stuff going on here in my life. So thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully I'm gonna see you all next time. Bye guys!